Hello YouTube, I am back today. I am filming in my room, which I don't know if that was such a good idea because the lighting in here is pretty crap, but if you could see outside, it's pretty crappy outside too. It's another rainy northwest day, which is what it does here in the winter all the time. Don't get confused. I was going to talk to you today about my top 5 kind of like culture shock moments that I had when I moved here. I moved to the Northwest about 10 years ago, and I'm originally from the South, from South Carolina. That's where all my extended family is, so that's where I would call home if anyone were to ask me, you know, where are you from originally? That's where I would say. So coming out here was a little bit of a shock. I mean, I've lived all over the world, but it's a different video. But here's my top 5 things that were surprising to me, kind of counterculture, you know, from anywhere else that I had lived before. In no specific order. Number 1, the bubble. People out here are definitely in a bubble. I don't know if it's the weather, if there are a bunch of introverts that live in the Northwest. I'm not sure. But in the South, you're constantly aware of everyone around you. You're always saying, hi, how you doing? How are your kids? How's your mom? You know, you're in the grocery store, you walk by someone, you say, excuse me, you acknowledge what's going on around you. Out here, it's not that people are rude, but they're in this little isolated bubble where they don't say hi to you when you walk by in the grocery store unless they know you and they feel like acknowledging you that day. They're driving and they're not looking at you, they're not waving, they're not smiling, they're not going out of their way to be overtly friendly, which in a lot of cases in the South, I have to be honest, is fake. It's who we are. We smile and wave a lot. So that was something I had to get used to. Overcoming the idea that everyone out here was incredibly rude. And that's not the case. It's just a different set of expectations and rules than what I was used to. Number 2. The food out here is very different. Where I'm from, everything is deep fried, super deep fried. Like, we're deep frying Twinkies and Oreos at the fair. I mean, it can get way out of hand. And I came out here, and for the first time in my life, I had heard about organic food. I learned about GMOs. I learned about how to be healthy. Not that they're not healthy people in the South, but I think you have to work a lot harder to overcome the culture around food in the South, which is huge. Food is what brings us together universally. And in the South, the food that brings us together is not healthy and it's not good for you. Some of it is, but it's very heavy, very heavy. A lot of heavy eating, a lot of fast food and eating out, which were habits that were hard for me to break. There's no fish camp. There's no fish camp out here. When you're from the South, you know, there's no Chick-fil-A, there are no Bojangles. You don't realize that you miss it until you don't have it at your fingertips all the time. We are going to get a Chick-fil-A, I think. We're going to get a Chick-fil-A on the corner. I can't wait for the chicken. Okay, Mormon chicken is the best. You don't even know. Okay, so number 3. The weather out here is probably the exact opposite of the weather in South Carolina. In South Carolina, I'd say for between 7 and 9 months of the year, we have sun. It's nice, it's beautiful outside, blue skies. And then in the winter time, we get a lot of rain, snow, maybe like that much, like occasional snow. But here it's the exact opposite. It rains, I would say, probably 8 to 9 months of the year, and then it gets sunny for maybe 2 or 3 months. If we're lucky, we'll get 3 months of sunny days, but we'll still be punctuated by rain in there. So rain is the way of life. The ground knows how to absorb the rain, and you just have to get over the fact that you can't stay inside when it rains. If you're gonna have a life, you have to learn to go out and live it in the rain, or you're gonna go crazy. And that's why they sell those happy lights at Costco for people that just want to stay inside all day long. You can't do that. You have to venture out. You have to go. Number 4, dialect. You wouldn't think that moving across the country it would be like a foreign language, but really there are so many different words for things out here that I never knew before. My husband is from here, so he constantly argues with me when we go to the grocery store. I tell the kids to go get a buggy. I want to do some shopping with my buggy. And he's like, it is not a buggy. It is a cart. Like, okay, sure, for you, but it's a buggy. Everyone in the South knows that it's a buggy. We've all been calling it that forever. Another one that we argue about a lot is toboggan. A toboggan in South Carolina is hat. A little wintertime hat, a little net thing. And my husband's like, no, a toboggan is a sled. Have you not seen Cool Runnings? Do you not understand the sport of sledding with the toboggan and the guys in it? I'm like, no, because it's a hat. And why would the Southerners have a word for a sled? When do we get snow? Why would we have like 10 different words for a sled? It's a sled. Call it that. Why does it have to be a toboggan? That's a hat. It's just a hat. They have a street. I'm going to give away my locale a little bit. Here in, I live near Portland. They have a street here that is spelled C-O-U-C-H. It is spelled couch. It is Couch Street. But everyone around here calls it Cooch, which is hilarious to me, because if you're from the South, no one in their right mind would ever name a street Cooch Street. Why would anyone do that? They would not, because there's a whole other meaning. The word cooch in the South, and apparently it means nothing but a street up here. So why take a regular word that is couch, change the pronunciation to something weird? You will not explain to me the hippiedom. I don't get it. I'm a fan of it, don't always understand it. Yes, if you notice, my camera angle is a little bit different now, and the lighting is different, and it's like a whole other video because I'm just going on and on talking about my stuff. And I'm like, I'm making a YouTube video. And my camera's like, no, you're not. No, you're not. You're not making a video at all. I'm going to screw with you. So if it looks different, that's why. Okay, so I was going to talk about number 5. My 5th culture shock kind of thing out here is the fashion. It's way different. You're going to see people in like boots and Doc Martens and stuff really from the 90s. They're still hanging on out here. There's a whole different, culture, especially in Portland, crazy hair, lots of piercings. You won't see a lot of that where I'm from. People are pretty straightforward with the way they dress. A lot of bright colors. Love to embroider things, have our monogram towels and all that. But out here, it's pretty much anything goes. Anything that you like, that you feel like expresses your personal style, go with it. Not a lot of bright colors. A lot of people dress in more muted colors. I think it probably has to do with the weather. Maybe being rainy all the time doesn't inspire you to wear your tie-dye shirt. Though, if you go to Portland right now, you will probably see someone in a tie-dye shirt. Yep. Or something that maybe you wore in high school if you're my age, which was in the 90s. It's very interesting. And I love it because the rules, there aren't any rules. You wear what you want. You wear what makes you feel comfortable, and you express your style, and no one is sitting there to judge you and tell you that that looks terrible. I mean, there are outspoken jerks, but for the most part, people are pretty supportive of what you want to do, how you want to look, how you want to dye your hair, you want to pierce your face up, you want to get tattoos, you want to wear, a clown suit. I went to the grocery store the other day, and there was a dude in a clown suit on stilts walking through the parking lot, and I thought, only here. Only here. I mean, there's a guy that rides a unicycle and a kilt and plays bagpipes, and everybody thinks it's pretty cool. And it is pretty cool. So I appreciate the understanding and the atmosphere to express yourself. I hope you liked the video. If there are any things that I missed about the Pacific Northwest or about the South that maybe you think are weird or random, post them below. Maybe I haven't heard of them. I hope you liked the video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Do me a solid and subscribe. And we'll catch you next time.